Hello friends, you are watching Strange Things. Many of you are probably daily drivers and driving experts who are skilled at driving cars every day. But in today's video, I'm going to tell you about the biggest and most expensive mistakes made by drivers around the number 8 friend. It often happens that when someone is going home from work, they drive their car fast so that they can reach home quickly. A Ukrainian driver was taking his car home when he encountered a road closure sign. Actually, work was being done on the road and fresh wet concrete had been poured. The driver tried to move his car aside and go, but he got stuck in the concrete due to his haste. The car's tires were stuck in the concrete, and to make matters worse, the concrete had dried to some extent before help arrived. Eventually, the company used a driller to remove the car from the concrete. This foolish driver not only damaged his own car, but also caused a lot of damage to the road. Number 7. When it comes to supercars, it seems like people who own them are the luckiest in the world and no one else can compare. But the truth is, they mostly engage in nonsense. They keep showing off in their expensive cars, but don't even know how to drive properly. In the video you're watching, this driver is trying to take his car to the basement parking. The entrance to this parking is so large that a plane or even a cruise ship could pass through it. But unfortunately, this brother failed to get his car through, and he ended up crashing into the side wall. This often happens when good things come up against obstacles. Number 6. Friends on the road. Whenever a car accident happens, the one at fault has to bear all the losses. Nowadays, new cars are insured, and the insurance covers the full payment for the damages. The video you're watching was recorded on the camera installed in the car. The driver was taking his car when another car repeatedly came in front of him, applying brakes and attempting to block his path. Finally, due to the other car's actions, an accident occurred. The driver of that car was trying very hard to act smart, and there were many witnesses present as well. They called the police and stated that it was the previous driver's fault. These fools didn't even know that the car had a camera installed. When they had given their testimony, this driver showed the police officer the camera footage. The police officer not only imposed a huge fine, but also made them pay for all the damages. Sometimes, trying to be oversmart can have serious consequences. Number 5. You all must have seen many videos of supercars. Just by looking at those amazing cars, one feels the desire to sit in them. Of course, only the wealthiest people can afford such cars. The funny thing is, these people buy those cars, but don't know how to drive them properly. The drivers in these videos are trying to transport these cars on recovery vehicles, but unfortunately, they end up damaging them badly. Number 4. Friends, there might be many among you who don't know how to drive a car, of course. With time, people learn to drive, but what if someone doesn't know how to drive and they take a car in the city and try to park? In the video you are watching, a lady driver is trying to park the car in a tight spot, but the space was limited and she couldn't park the car despite several minutes of effort. She tried again and again, but the result was a complete failure. Finally, after some time, the driver of the parked car came and took it away. Then it became clear to them, but still, the car didn't park correctly. This lady driver deserves an award for her persistent efforts. Number 3. Friend. In the world, most car accidents happen due to overspeeding. People drive cars at high speeds, and that is the cause of accidents and damage. But what if someone crashes a car even at 0 speed? Well, the lady driver you are watching in the video initially seemed like a professional driver. She reversed the car with great precision and parked it, but in the end, instead of pressing the brake, she kept her foot on the accelerator. The car was parked on the 3rd floor of a building, and it crashed into a concrete wall, but luckily it didn't fall down. Looking at the hanging car, one can estimate the incredible skills of the driver. Number 2. Friends. You might have seen many videos that prove that Chinese people can be very stubborn. These people, especially when it comes to their homes, are very serious. But sometimes stubbornness can be costly. Some time ago, in a residential area in China, a woman parked her car illegally in front of the guard office and left it there for 28 hours. When she returned, the guards asked her to pay a fine because it was a non-parking area. The woman told them, "I'm coming," and parked her car in front of the office gate to teach the security guard a lesson. She left from there, and the office management called a crane. They lifted the car and placed it on the roof. When the woman came back and saw this, she was in a terrible state. Those people didn't return her car for several days until the police found her. Only then did she get her car back. This incident confirms one thing: This woman will never park wrongly again. Number 1. Friends. In Russia, most people use taxis for travel. Once, a private taxi driver went to drop a customer at the airport. When he entered the airport, he didn't follow any rules and parked his car in a no parking zone. The security guards called for recovery, and they took his car away. When the taxi driver returned, he went crazy with anger. He opened the hatch of the car in a fit of rage and brought the car from the recovery truck, causing severe damage to the car. But he ran away from there. The security guards immediately informed the police and caught him after a few hours. According to the airport authorities, serious action will be taken against this taxi driver. That's all for today. Goodbye.